Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you, and today we are going to compare and contrast BPC-157 and TB-500. So this is going to be an awesome video. You don't see a ton of these out there. I want to dig into this one a little bit, getting some questions on both, and I thought, hey, let's just compare and contrast them all. But before we get into that, a big shout out and thank you to everybody supporting the channel. I cannot thank you enough. If you haven't yet, subscribe, like, share, whatever you can do. It continuously helps the channel to grow, and it is greatly appreciated. Now, today's video is brought to you by Aura. Aura is the ultimate credit monitoring service, and it offers the widest variety of identity theft and credit monitoring options you're going to find anywhere. Now, what all comes along with Aura? You get a lot, so brace yourself here. You're going to get 3 bureau credit monitoring and identity theft protection, and it also has alerts for you. You've got password protection, so you can store your passwords privately. Aura antivirus software, so you got protection against viruses, spyware, malware. You got a secure VPN, so you can do all of your work on the internet privately. You've got parental controls, and you've got 24/7 US-based customer support. Now, the FBI recently reported a 64% increase in financial loss due to digital crime. All of your Aura plans are going to come with a $1 million identity theft insurance policy as well. You just don't see that anywhere. There's individual, couple, and family plans as low as $12 a month, and you can get up to 5 people per family plan. So check out my link in the description. You sign up for a 14-day free trial with my link. It's amazing. It's a great deal, and you can't go wrong here. Aura.com/PE Fitness. Check them out. Now, let's talk about TB-500 and BPC-157. Now, the main difference here is that TB-500 is going to have a systemic effect, and that's going to promote healing of damaged tissue throughout the body, regardless of where it's given. In contrast to that, we've got BPC-157, and that's going to have more localized healing effects. Most preferably, it's going to affect the tissue near where it was administered, so wherever you inject. It's almost like you would call it a spot injection. I mean, kind of. But doctors have said that TB-500 is going to offer greater benefits than BPC by more effectively stimulating growth and strength. But there's also reports out there for BPC-157 saying it's better at wound healing. You know, without conducting more clinical trials, you can't be exactly sure, but that's kind of what's out there and what's been put out there by doctors. People, on forums have talked about this. Now, you can assume that it's conditioned by the natural kind of variability of individual reactions. So what I mean by that, the same drugs are going to act differently on different people, and that's just how it works. Now, it's also worth mentioning here that both of these were mainly used in veterinarian medicine and not so much on, humans. So what was noticed here when they stacked them together was there was a huge increase in the effect of regeneration in animals, which is obviously huge for healing. Both have healing effects on various areas. So when you combine them, you're going to get this really strong synergy, and it's going to provide a lot better healing, growth benefits, things like that. So let's kind of take each one, and I'm just going to give you the real quick benefits of each, or things that stand out or that you're going to notice a little more when you use them. So one of the most widely used peptides out there is BPC-157. So it's got a lot of different effects that you're going to notice. BPC itself was created from a protective protein in the stomach. All right. It is an anti-inflammatory. So it has protective effects that are going to go beyond the stomach and intestinal tract. So, some of the healing benefits of BPC-157, that's a tongue twister when you try to say it so fast, dude. Stimulating blood flow, modulating nitric oxide, you're going to reduce fibrosis, you're going to heal stomach ulcers, there's going to be some intestinal damage that can be healed, it's going to help your bone and joint healing, it's going to help with your overall growth rates, and it can also improve organ damage. So, pretty significant benefits there from BPC-157. Now, TB-500. It has a molecular structure and a lightness that allows it to be really versatile and mobile, and it has the ability to really locate injuries within the body so it can actually elevate the healing and growth process. So I want to give you now the benefits of TB-500, and you can see some similarities and differences with BPC. There's going to be some relief from your DOMS, your delayed onset muscle soreness. All right. It's going to help to reduce inflammation. It's going to improve your tendon and muscle aches and pains. It's going to promote new blood vessel growth. It can alleviate muscle injuries. There's going to be regeneration of muscle tissue fibers, which is obviously extremely important here for growth. New cell growth, improved flexibility, regrowth of lost hair is a possibility. I'm not saying that it's a cure-all, end-all, but it's possible. And you could have some darkening of grayed hair, which, you know, I'm getting to be 40. I'm not going to bitch about getting some extra dark hairs here. Now, in truth, in all fairness here, they don't really need to be viewed as going against one another or as one better than the other, because you want to use them together. That's where you're getting the benefits, the synergy. That's where it's at. If you really think about this, they have similar effects on a number of tissues, but they produce these effects on a different pathway. So you can see similarities and difference here. That's a perfect recipe for synergy. And what that kind of suggests is that a combination of the two is going to be extremely potent for healing and wound repair in most, if not all, tissues. So it's all about the synergy. It's like, okay, look at these. What do they offer? But don't put them against each other. Stack them. They've got their strengths, but they've also got their weaker areas. They're pretty evenly matched, and both stand at really the pinnacle of peptides for healing. Now, I'm, and most of you know that follow me, I'm big on MK677 and MK2866. Those are your main two healing stack components. I've found over the years those to be so effective. But if you take those two, and I group LGD4033 in there, it's got less healing effects, but the benefits are there, and it stacks so well with the other two for a full and complete healing stack. But then if you go a step further and add these two in there, whew! I mean, I don't know what else you could really do aside from adding HGH, but it's not even necessary here with the stack of these. I mean, that is a stack. That, and having 677 in there, although it's not HGH, it's the closest thing you're going to find to HGH, coupled with everything else. I mean, this is a sweet stack. And not everybody wants to do HGH, spend the money, you know, and you could argue, well, with this 5-banger stack here, it's going to cost too. But HGH still, the risk of having bad HGH, the possible negative reactions that are going to probably be more than likely there, but not necessarily. There's arguments either way, but what I'm saying is you stack these two together and then you add the SARM's healing stack in there, and man, I mean, we are talking serious healing here. Side effects are going to be more minimal than anything, and it's just a damn good stack. But we're talking about these two today, and my advice, if you're on the fence between, well, what should I do, is just use them both. But that's just, and I guess, you know, there's different factors. Are you on a budget, comfort level, etc. There's a million things I could bring up. But if you're able and you just got unlimited options here on what you can and cannot do, stack them together. It makes the most sense. Honestly, it does. So that is BPC-157 and TB-500. I hope that was helpful and beneficial. I enjoyed it. I actually learned some extra things on my study and look over before this video that, you know, and then that's what every video I do. I always take everything that I already know and then go make sure there's nothing new popping, anything that day, and just put it all together and come out. And it's always fun, especially things like this that we don't talk about a ton. So anyway, that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.